welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the quarterfinal of the 2005 NAIA Men's Soccer National Championships. And here, the top-seeded Rio Grande College Redmen to take on number 9 seed Hastings College, the Broncos, in the final quarterfinal on a chance to book a spot in a semifinal Monday against Azusa Pacific, who were 2-1 winners in extra time earlier against Auburn Montgomery. And earlier today as well, Southern Nazarene came away with a 1-0 win over Notre Dame of Ohio, while Lindsey Wilson were 2-0 winners over Lindenwood in our most recent match. And my name is Eddie Kenny. The two sides being introduced here, as you can see. Hastings in the red and Rio Grande in the white jersey, black shorts and white socks. Again, my name Eddie the Eagle. Glad to be joined alongside by Joe DiPaolo for this final quarterfinal match to round out the final four in the 2005 NAIA Men's Soccer National Championship. And the teams tonight, Coach, we expect a very workmanlike and very hard match.
Yeah, Rio came out playing in a 3-5-2 last match, Ed, and they're just a very physical side, very direct makeup, primarily players from England, Wales, Northern Ireland, with a German thrown in there. Played a very, very high-tempo match. And Hastings, a bit different, 4-5-1 in their last match. Cautious, defensive type of approach, looking to play on the counter, but a very workmanlike squad. Hastings, as we've said before, my dark horse to win this tournament. Maybe asking a bit much with that, but I really like what they do. I think they're a very good side, and it should be a good match tonight. I'm going to pause here as the national anthem gets sung here.
There you have it.
I know you love that one, Ed.
That was excellent stuff indeed. What a treat is right. And now the stage has been set for our final match in the quarterfinals. And Rio Grande, the top seed, who advanced to this stage of the tournament thanks to their 3-1 win over Bethel back on Thursday night. So they come in with 48 hours rest. Meanwhile, it was a 1-0 win last night for Hastings over Park that advanced the Broncos to this stage. So they come in with the 24 hours rest. And as I was mentioning before, Joe, we expect a very workmanlike kind of a match here. Very hard-fought game in the midfield. And two teams that really just work out and grind out their results. But it will definitely be an exciting encounter. As you mentioned, the contrasting styles, a number of players from the British Isles for Rio. And the roster that's made up with the majority of players from Nebraska and also the Midwest for Hastings.
Well, it's funny because they are, the players are from different parts of the world, but I think they're both teams that rely on, on not being outworked. And, when you have a team like Hastings and a team like Rio, they're going to be in every game because, they compete and, certainly individual players as well. make a difference for both sides.
And we're underway with Hastings moving from right to left and Rio moving from left to right. An early chance there as it came all the way through, but it missed. The connection there was Ryan Baxter who tried to get on the end of it. Now the other way, a very open start as Hastings tried to get forward. Good challenge though. Now Baxter.
Great pace to the match here. Great
Definitely
start.
not what I was expecting. Didn't expect that this one was just going to come out and be end-to-end stuff, but here just 40 seconds in and we got a match which is very open. Far side now, it's a throw for Rio Grande. A 19-0 record in the regular season and into their Region 9 championship, which they won.
Well, that record will seriously be at risk here today.
Definitely put to the test. Touched on this near side. Ben Hughes now for a throw to Hastings. Knust. One down though now by Carroll. Touch forward, but one back now. And with the central defender, Dingledine. Excuse me. I've seen a number I thought, but it wasn't Dingledine. In fact, that was Aaron Polak. Won't be the last time I make a mistake, I'm sure, tonight. It's been a long 4 days, 4 matches each day. This is the final day of that 4-match-a-day schedule. So you can imagine that if it's affected us up in the booth, how the players have had to deal with it is they've had to play match after match after match in a short period of time.
Well, now that the games will be starting on Monday, only 2 games on Monday, we might get some of our sanity back, Ed.
Some of it. Vanas battling in the midfield here. One back by Baxter. Actually, it was Callan who nipped in. Touch back then to Carroll. Over the top then here. Headed away by Knust. And then another header one. Tommy Sawan. It's a frenetic pace to this match to start. Pollock. Now on to the left side. Knust again. Through the middle. Where it's picked up by Sawan. Vanas benefits here as he picks it up away from Ben Hughes. And then plays it to the middle. Touchback now, Sawan again. Right at the halfway line. Closed down now from behind. Pressure being put on there by Guy Haywood. And now it's Carroll who turns and brings it away in the 3rd minute of a scoreless match. Glad to have you on board. Rio Grande and Hastings, the final quarterfinal match in this 2005 NAIA Men's Soccer National Championship Tournament, hosted by Embry-Riddle University. Eddie the Eagle with you as always, and we hope that you've enjoyed our coverage throughout, as I've been joined alongside by Coach Joe DiPaolo earlier today, as this one bounces now kindly for the chipped attempt, and it's gone wide of the far post by Frank Brown. Well, he thought he'd done everything right there, Brown, but it's out for a goal kick.
Well, Brown missed an absolute sitter there, and he surely will not have any easier chances than that, as the knockdown was played straight into his path, clean through on the goalkeeper. He tried to chip the keeper. Probably could have, sat him down and dribbled around them and slotted it into the empty net. Although you can't fault him for having a go there, but you got to hit the target, basically.
Yes, indeed.
One way or the other.
Keeper Chris Ladwick definitely breathes a sigh of relief there. Kick out now, and a header one in the midfield, and a push and a pull, and a free kick for Rio Grande. If you're just joining us, 5th minute now, and the first really good opportunity probably should have been the first goal. Frank Brown got in behind there, was one-on-one, went for the chip, and it curled away from the goal and out wide.
Well, we said Rio plays a pretty direct brand of football, and Hastings will have to beware for those, those long flicked-on balls where there's knockdowns and flicks, and it's not so much that first pass that they have to fear, but it's what comes of that first pass and that knockdown.
Carroll now wide on the right. Hughes. Ball knocked away and a chance to break now. As bringing it forward here is Swan. And wide on the left. Now Swan with it again. Back then for Vanas, who does a lot of hard work in the middle of the park for this Hastings side. And here comes Rio Grande again with Guy Haywood. Knocked away from him. Throw on this near side, which will be taken by Carroll. Now it's one back by Knust. Through the middle to Sawan. Holds it up and turns it back then now to the central defender, John Major, who was a major influence last night in that win for Hastings. And I believe you and I both tabbed him as a man of the match kind of candidate. Although there were a number of great individual performances, and in the end, we decided on Adam Schleich, who was yet really to have a touch in this game.
Yeah, well, Hastings for sure won't have as much possession tonight as they did yesterday. And Schleich is very good when he can get forward and gets touches and gets involved in the attack.
The edge of his area here, the goalkeeper out to claim, and that is Andy Moore. And here, a hard challenge in the middle of the field. Two players coming together. Getting the worst of it there was Ryan Baxter. Free kick for Rio.
Good pressure here from Quinlan. Helps win it back.
Is now coming forward is Hassan Begovic. Into the middle then. And now through here for the striker Steiner. Steiner tried to turn and play it forward, but it was knocked away by Ben Hughes, and now Rio have it. Touch back then. All the way through here to Andy Moore, the freshman from Manchester, England. Honest, good work. Keeps possession now. Loses it though. And again, it's a challenge here from
Great challenge.
Honest that won it back. Hassan Begovic now. A neat roll of the ball under the foot, now placed to the middle, and a good turn by Matt Quinlan. Quinlan towards the danger area, knocked away. Connor Dawson who got it away then. Forward come Rio Grande again. Holding it up and touching it back then. They'll slow up the attack and reset with the clock now showing 37 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. So really, still the early stages of this one. And again, the winner of this match moves on for a semifinal date against Azusa Pacific, who were 2-1 extra time winners earlier today in a surprising result over Auburn Montgomery. Andrei Budny with both goals, his second consecutive day with a game winner in extra time. These two teams will have to try and deal with him Monday night at 6 o'clock.
Is it too late for me to start calling Budny the Ukrainian, the NAIA Shevchenko?
3 goals in 2 games. We'll discuss that more on Monday, shall we? Near side now. In fairness, comparisons are easily made to players as you see the types of talents that are on display and the things that they do. We've already tabbed this England versus America type of matchup here with.
Yeah, it has that kind of feel. The Rio team, like we said, made up mainly of British type players, and
good nod down there, and Callan picks it up. So now Brown Haywood had it tapped away. And what we've seen so far is Hastings staying very well organized defensively, aside from the one slip which allowed Brown to get in, and he probably should have finished, but Hastings are getting stuck in on the challenges, winning balls.
Every one of these Hastings players, very, very fit, very committed, well disciplined, and as a team, I really am not sure we've seen anyone better.
Yes, you definitely mentioned that time and time again last night as they defeated Park, and especially down into the 90th minute of that match. These players were still running like it was the first minute. Through here, and now coming forward, Haywood. Things open up just for a moment for him, and now it's played down to the right side. Carroll. Canoe stabs in and wins it away. Now the corner, and again it's another challenge in from Canoe.
Great team defending there. Double teaming, triple teaming even, and winning the ball back.
Carroll now. Through here on the run for Tony Griffiths. Griffiths gets to it now, looking to serve one in. Does just that. It comes to the top of the 6-yard box. Cleared straight up in the air. Haywood trying to settle down underneath it. And he does keep control until Vonna snipped in and took it away. Now a pullback on the shirt there of Aaron Polak and a free kick to Hastings, who have maybe struggled a little bit here to get out of their own half, but have stayed very well organized and have been committed to the task, as we said. Polak. Weather here throughout the day, if you haven't been able to follow and haven't been able to watch, just getting to join us here in the fourth quarterfinal. Throughout the early afternoon, it was very rainy, overcast skies, a little warmer than it has been the past 2 days, but now as the evening has settled in and nighttime has come into Daytona Beach, it's a good breeze out there and cooler, but not quite cold by a long shot. Hastings give away possession again. This is Connor Dawson, the midfielder, 6'3" junior who was actually playing in the center of the defense and did last night from Belfast, Northern Ireland. On then for Haywood, who slips it through, now tries to get it back, but it's knocked away by Pollock. And Vonis comes away. He's dispossessed though by Paul Nicholson. And now it's played over to the left side. Baxter checks it back then. Here for Wayne Madden. Over the top, Madden's ball down into the left side. Haywood is pulled wide to receive it. Had to keep it in play, and that touch gave away possession to Hastings. Up down now to the middle of the field. This is Nicholson again. In the 12th minute of a scoreless match. Dawson then forward. Hughes now, Carroll onto it. Tried to tip it past. Just enough of a back heel away there by John Major to get it away. And now Vonis has in on a 50-50 challenge there. Nobody giving way in that challenge. And Hastings had it on this near side.
That was two 18-wheelers in a head-on collision there, Ed.
Hasanbegovic through here to Steiner. Dispossessed as it kind of got caught up in his feet. Haywood now forward. In front of him he has Brown. Haywood pulls to the wide inside and now at the corner of the area. Two defenders around him and he's eventually dispossessed by Adam Schleich.
Again, the double team. Every time the ball gets wide, wide midfielder, double teams with the wide back. And really covering for each other, these Hastings boys.
So now the Broncos bring it forward. Through ball looking here for Hasanbegovic, but he's going to chase in vain with John Carroll there to shield it away, and he did very well there to shield it all the way out for a throw. The Redmen wearing the white jersey, black short and white short socks, while the Broncos are the ones that are in the full red strip. Carroll and away now. Flick forward again, but Carroll will hook it clear. Brought down. Good touch there from Pollock. On for Steiner back then for Swan. Now it's Vonis. Vonis back then again. This is Pollock. And all the way through to John Major. Vonis unable to catch up to this one. Now it comes back. Vonis again. And then Swan through on the left side. Out this near side now, it'll be a throw for Rio. Connor Dawson takes all the way through into the goalkeeper, Andy Moore. John Major. Right side now. Touch back to Pollock. Patience showing here from Hastings. Knust up the left flank. And now a move forward here. Ben Hughes to the middle then for Ben Callan. Turning now. Good turn too by Hasanbegovic as he comes forward now. Tracking back was Griffiths and he turned it away. Now then, Frank Brown, who gets tripped up, and a free kick. Brown's been a lot more active tonight than we saw the other night, hasn't he, Joe?
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there from Polak, and Knust had no choice but to foul there. But yeah, you're right. He's been very involved tonight, Brown.
And his opportunity, which went begging, could have very well been the breakthrough. Here the cross comes in, headed away. Still the danger presented. Carroll got it back straight up in the air. Now it's flicked forward into the area. And almost a moment's hesitation there, which cost Hastings, but now it's cleared away by Swan. Headed down now by Quinlan and into the path of Steinert. He tried to return it, but he just could not get the leg around it and loses out in possession. And that left Faussett disappointed that he didn't just hold it, as now the cross comes in from the left by Baxter and into the arms.
Quinlan would have been onside there because he was behind the midfield stripe. So just unfortunate that that return pass couldn't have been played to him.
Now the ball is played to the top of the box. Haywood, a shot that's parried away by Ladwig. Good goalkeeping there.
Well, Rio's going to rue these missed chances here because Hastings eventually will get into a little bit better of a rhythm, and Rio might not see chances like this again.
Now coming forward, Rio, and a shot this time, which is touched away again. A brilliant save this time by Ladwig. That's three now. The opportunity there coming off the foot of Paul Nicholson. And really, Nicholson did everything right there, but Ladwig did as well. The first two were misses for sure, but that one right there, Ladwig was top-notch with a save straight from the top drawer. Header now on the corner, comes back out to the corner. And Carroll again, cross again, headed away. Might fall here, and a shot which is blocked away. It was charged down off the foot of Ben Callan. On the left side now, Haywood crosses it again. Directing it forward was Dawson. It was headed back out. Now Carroll back in again, and he, I don't know if that was a shot or a cross, but in any case, it's out for a goal kick.
An absolute assault here on the Hastings goal. But with 18, 19 minutes played, still 0-0.
Yes, indeed it is. And Chris Ladwig is a major reason. That last save he made on the Haywood effort, I believe it was top draw. Really quality save. Brown will rue his miss though early. And then the other shot that came in between those two, which was straight at Ladwig, will be a point that maybe Rio Grande will point back to and hope that they don't have to rue those missed chances. Near side now, Carroll. Gets it forward, it's brought down, and a foul. Pollock in there on Frank Brown. Free kick. Carroll set to take this one, and you almost know what's coming off of this free as they send all the troops forward. The big lads coming up from the back, including Wayne Madden and also Connor Dawson. As Carroll swings this one towards the box. At the end line, it's headed away by Hastings, and it was something that had to be dealt with Dawson making his way in at the backside. And actually, it wasn't Dawson, excuse me. That was Madden again who got forward on that back stick. Corner results. And it's again Carroll who goes across to take it in the 20th minute of a scoreless match. Swung in by Carroll here. Dawson with the volley, and it was a good save yet again.
Great save from the goalkeeper there.
We've seen some absolute heroics between the sticks throughout this tournament.
Haywood absolutely uncorked a low.
It was actually Dawson there.
Dawson, sorry.
The center back who came forward.
Wow. And uncorked a low drive, right destined for the bottom corner there. It was even curling away from the goalkeeper a little bit.
One of those strikes that you really dream of when the ball's flying out of the sky like that. He hit it so sweetly, and Ladwig palmed it away. This corner, Dawson unable to get to it this time.
First class save.
Well, this chances and this pressure from Rio Grande have led to nothing.
Well, if if Hastings could find a way to, get a goal here, psychologically, it would absolutely play mind tricks on on Rio here, because they've been all over the boys in red, and once again, unable to convert.
Vanas here battles for the ball in the midfield. Now Swan steps in, intercepts. Hasanbegovic wide on the left. Quinlan to the middle. Hasanbegovic working some magic on this near side, but his ball to the middle.
Kiss of death, Ed.
Well, it's definitely
again.
not magical. Ladwig. Hastings now playing it forward up that right flank, but it slices out off the foot there of the right back, Major. I think it was Major, who now gets a second bite at the cherry to clear and gets it forward. Now to the left, Knust. He just brings it forward now to the midfield and trying to play it through, where it's cleared away though by Tony Griffiths. Major again with a good header forward. And on the far side, it's Baxter battling there with Sexton, and Baxter came away with it and comes forward to the middle then. And the late arriving Ben Callan. Callan now touches it back onto the right side. It comes to Carroll, who has been influential in setting up many of these opportunities with balls in from this right flank. Instead, he goes to the middle here. Brown had it tackled away, or Haywood had it tackled away. And Knust continues to battle and eventually forces a mistake as Nicholson knocked it into touch on his near side forward throw to Hastings. You know, the number 1 seed, Rio Grande, had a record of 19-0 this season in the regular season and into their full season championship. Hastings had a record of 17-1-3. It's not too shabby. And they're the number 9 seed, so I think there's very little that separates these two sides. However, Rio are the ones who are turning the screw here with the early possession and, well, an onslaught of chances. Here, a poor giveaway. Swan, now it's on this right side. This is Haywood. Over the top, a return pass is a foraging run from Tony Griffiths. Goes forward. Knust.
Got to be a foul there.
And it's a goal kick, which actually results.
Got to be a foul there.
Changes here and a double substitution for Hastings. Going off is Brian Steinert. So too Matt Quinlan. Coming on, Brendan Walker. And also Josh Klim. Now a foul and a free kick as Vanas was taken down there by Madden. Very, very good position here with all the pressure that's been heaped on this Hastings team. Perhaps maybe a chance here from a set piece to create something. Chip forward over the top, but all the way through to the keeper Moore.
That's really a wasted effort on the free kick there.
Joe, I apologize. I made a mistake on that substitution before. It's not Klim who's on. It's actually Steve Faussett. So Faussett up front. Now. Free kick, and I apologize for cutting you off as well as you were saying something about that free kick, which was wasted.
Yeah, just, I mean, that's far too simple there for the goalkeeper. Can't just float a ball into the box like that against a good keeper. Really needed to do something. Maybe play it out wide and deliver a ball from a wider area, or hit a driven ball in there. It causes some confusion.
Hasanbegovic ran out of options as he brought that ball forward. Loses out. Up the left side here, the ball onto the left is out for a throw, and another change now for Hastings. Hasanbegovic was going to come off here. And it's Mitch Treu. And Treu last night was a very influential player in that second half of the win over Park.
Yeah, we saw Treu last time out. Delivered some good balls, naturally left-footed player. Just gave him a little bit more width and a different option, really, down this left flank.
Forward come Hastings out of their own defensive third. Swan. Being tracked back by Brown. Holds it away from him, now plays it onto the right side, and it was cut out there. Good defensive work done there by Ben Callan. Haywood at the left side. Vonis is going all the way across to defend him, and in the end, Haywood dribbled it over the sideline and out for a throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're reminded that there's a very limited supply of fan tickets for tomorrow afternoon.
But Hastings, a little bit starting to cause them some problems, starting to cause Rio some problems when they bypass the midfield and they start running at that back three a little bit. And I think if they could, if they could continue to do that and get that back three retreating, it causes some issues for them.
Here's Brown now for Rio Grande. Onto the left side now, the overlapping run being made over there. It's played into the middle. Cleared away by Major Burdock too convincingly, and then the shot there from Haywood, I think it was. Now it comes back out, and a shot there from Hughes was blocked away. And Frank Brown again had the ball at his feet in a very good position and chose to kind of pass one towards the goal. Maybe a driven shot would have been the better option. Comes out now though, and coming forward is Callan, and well, that definitely did not scare Chris Ladwig.
Scuffed it a little bit.
Just kind of dragged the shot is right.
Yeah.
This game is brought to you in part by the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics and our member schools in the United States and Canada. The NAIA and its member schools are in the character education business, where it's not about dollars, it's about cents. For more information on NAIA Champions of Character, visit our website at www.championsofcharacter.org.
A few other substitutes into the match here for Hastings. Dingledine in, as well as Mark Nave, and I think that's telling because, if this match keeps going here, and Rio stays with this group of 10 or 11 guys without having made some changes, for sure, Hastings will be the fresher side in the second half.
Also, Hastings did play last night. Remember, Rio have had the day off in between, so keeping fresh legs out there for Hastings will definitely be an important part of this match for Coach Chris Crank. Now slip through here as Ewan Purcell is on for Rio Grande. And Purcell scored a second goal for the Redmen the other night. Deflected shot. In fact, the first two goals for Rio the other night were deflected goals, with Nicholson's shot in the first half and then Purcell's in the second. And then the third Rio goal.
Coming late.
Yeah, it was late in the game as Purcell now chases down into this right corner. He's got great pace as well, and very gifted athlete. Here, he's earned a free kick.
And this will be a dangerous opportunity here. Dangerous positioning on the restart. It's about 7 or 8 yards away from the corner flag, and they'll play it like a corner.
Carroll to take, as he usually does from these areas. Straight up in the air, and then it fell down to the feet of Haywood. And he ballooned one out onto
Daytona International Speedway, Ed.
So the goal kick now for Hastings and Chris Ladwig. Is headed away there by Madden. Good strong defensive header there. Now on the near side, Callum chases. Beaten to it by Treu, and it's out off of Treu for a throw to the Redmen. Haywood loses out here. It's cleared forward to the midfield. And the chase is on here for Nicholson, who gets there. Now played out wide on the left side. On for Purcell. Now on the far side, Brown tries to bring it down again. Brown now has switched over to almost a wide left position here, Joe, with Purcell and Haywood as the two strikers as this ball's played over the top and into Ladwig. And Hastings now Canoosed. Nave. Major. And then Schleich. Poor ball from Schleich there. Chase on here. Knust will get there, but his touch leaves it for Tony Griffiths. Griffiths now, an early ball over the top looking for Callan. Headed away there by Swan and Pollock. And Pollock has it back. Knust then. Now on for Treu. Back to Knust. And into the middle for Major. 14 minutes and 5 seconds now to go in the first half. Still 0-0. Despite all the good opportunities Rio Grande have been presented with. Some great goalkeeping from Chris Ladwig. And also a couple of instances where maybe the finishing was just a bit off from the Rio strikers. Throw now on the far side for Rio. One back now, Dingledine. Schleich in on the challenge of Purcell, and it'll go as a throw for Hastings here. Knocked away, and as it was cleared away there by
dangerous there.
Frank Brown, the boot was raised, the studs were showing. The free kick results.
Well, Hastings yet to register shot on goal here, Ed. With 32 minutes played. They'll need to get it going a little bit if they have hope at winning the match here.
Nave's dispossessed Purcell. Now Callan coming forward, riding the challenge of one now, turning it away from Knust. And an early ball then from Hughes, cut away by Knust as the run was being made down into the right corner by Carroll, but Hughes is back onto it. Turns and chips one over the top into the area, headed away. Good alertness there by Pollock, the defender, to get it away from Carroll, who had made a run in.
Yeah, really well read from Pollock there. Yeah, you know, as soon as he realized there was an open player there on the ball, he just backpedaled and took that space.
Knocked away here by Treu, and now for a throw again now for Rio Grande. Rio Grande located in Ohio. 2,500 enrolled in the college. And Hastings in Nebraska with an enrollment of 1,200. Members of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Hard challenge there. Purcell on Pollock. Both players quickly back up. Free kick for Hastings. Kick out now from the goalkeeper, Ladwig. Now trying to get in behind us, Haywood. The keeper, Ladwig, comes out to his feet and claims.
Yeah, this game needs a goal in order to make it a little bit more interesting here.
Needs to catch fire. It's been all Rio, really.
Yep.
But Hastings soaking up a lot of the pressure. And Ladwig being that last line of defense and performing that job very admirably. And really the way things are going, it kind of falls into my string theory of with chance after chance after chance after chance, it eventually has to lead to a goal. And Rio could perhaps maybe make that come to fruition again here in this match.
The old string theory.
Major. Nave dispossessed. And Nave's going to be the one that's called for the foul.
Nave, though.
Yes, it definitely was.
Another one of those tactical fouls. He realized it was a bad situation where he gave the ball away. And he kind of, you know, not maliciously, but just intelligently, let's call it, pull down.
It's true, though.
Player.
I mean, if he doesn't, well, then Rio are off to the races.
Yeah.
Substitution here for the Redmen.
Entering the game for Rio Grande, number 2, Christopher Scarrett.
And Scarrett, Chris, a freshman from Rosendale, England, comes on. And is it Haywood or Brown that's gone off there?
Yes, Haywood.
So Haywood goes off for Scarrett. Dawson. 9 minutes exactly now to go in the first half. Still scoreless. One of these two teams will advance and become a member of the Final Four, which already includes Southern Nazarene, Azusa Pacific, and Lindsey Wilson. Brown. Back here to Griffiths and his ball forward. Carroll was kind of stuck in the mud there, and Hughes knocked it away. It's out for a throw to Hastings. Taken by Treu, and now it's with Swan. Swan, early ball over onto this left side, and we haven't seen anything from the front two since they came on. Faussett.
Almost an own goal there.
Yeah. I'd say that. That could have been the howler of the tournament.
Yeah.
It's headed straight up now. And I bet you that head coach Scott Morrissey on the far side had his heart skip a few beats right there when that moment came. Here it's cleared out to the near side for a throw. Good grab by the fan. Purcell throws it now. Near side, chipped up by Callan. Neat bit of skill there, but Canoes turns it away. Straight to Purcell, though, but it's eventually brought clear by Nave. I was just about to say, though, before that moment, that could have been one of the most interesting moments of this tournament. But we haven't really seen Faussett, who's done a very good job here to win this throw.
Intelligent play there from Faussett as he just spun and knocked it off of Callan.
Haven't seen
Hastings throw.
too much of the two strikers since they came on as substitutes for Hastings. That's because they've been pegged back in their own half this whole first half, more or less. Brendan Walker now gets a touch. Swan rides the challenge here of one and then plays forward, and I think maybe caught Nicholson in the face there with the trailing arm. No ill intent. Nicholson's just trying to shake it off, maybe a little poke to the eye, which is a very annoying thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NAIA would like to thank Buffalo Funds.
And now a goal kick for Rio. Nicholson is fine, by the way. Just trying to shake that one off.
I'm sure that's a common occurrence in Whitehaven, England, Ed.
You know, a few arms flying around aren't too uncommon, that's for sure. Goal kick forward for Moore. Center circle header won by Hastings. And now Moore again with under 6.5 minutes to go on a game that's calling out, it's begging for a goal. Knust headed straight up in the air. And now it's going to be for a throw to Rio. Touch back now, pulled back to Dawson. And he just hoofs one forward towards the edge of the area. Headed away by Schleich on the far side now. This is Frank Brown who picks it up. Brown will sit on that team talk at halftime and wonder what could have been maybe. But Purcell will try to erase those thoughts from his memory here as the cross comes in beyond. And now a header from inside the 6-yard box off the head of Hughes that goes over.
Well, this is a bit ridiculous now because Rio are just missing way too many chances. And if this keeps up, it's definitely going to come back to haunt them because Hastings, I'm sure, after the break, they'll find a bit more of the game and they're going to generate some chances, and Rio really could be up 4-0.
Well, I think Hughes right there, that's the miss of the tournament. A header from inside the 6 with relatively no marking on him, and he put it over top.
All alone at the back stick.
Here he is now. He too will have to sit through that team talk and wonder what might have been maybe. As we're inside 5 minutes to go in this first half. Griffiths now with a cross. Purcell tried to turn it towards goal. It spins off on the left side. It'll be kept in play by Brown, who did a good job to bring it back now into Hughes with a header. They got it down this time, but it really bounced harmlessly into the arms of Ladwig. Good job there by Brown to not give up on the play. Chased it down, turned it back, put in a good cross. And Hughes, once again, unable to get the header just right. Now on this left side, Brown through. Purcell couldn't get there. Cleared away by Major. Headed back forward by Rio. Cowan. Now Brown does a great job to dribble through three. I'm sorry, that's Paul Nicholson. The old eyes are failing, I believe, now. And it's all going wrong in the press box.
Well, Hastings will definitely want to make sure that they don't concede one here before the break. They've defended valiantly.
Well, they have to consider themselves very lucky as well.
Of course, Lady Luck on their side tonight.
And that plays a big part, especially in a tournament such as this. You can get the bounces to go your way.
You have to be good, but you also have to be lucky, no question.
Absolutely. Is now held up, good turn and a good run here from Knust. Finally, he's gotten forward. This is the first time we've seen this tonight. After a very active night up this left flank, and now he's slipped down and given it away, and he'll have to be careful now as he's caught out from his left back position. Callan, good work by Pollock to step up and win it back for Hastings and just relieve the pressure a little bit on what could have been a very dangerous counterattack, but Pollock keeps going here. Cross comes in, and a shot, which hits off the underside of the bar. The rebound then is pushed away by Moore.
Well, I said they would start to get a little bit more of the game, and that was a brilliant chance. Great work from Pollock there. Great work from Pollock to ride off two challenges, and a good finish. Unlucky from Walker there.
Well, he did everything right, Brendan Walker. It was great work, as you mentioned, Joe, from Aaron Pollock. And the shot then just hit off the underside of the bar and kept out as the punch then from Andy Moore cleared the danger, and now a goal kick after that flurry of events.
But that's got to give Hastings hope now and belief that they can go on and win this match.
Absolutely. What a first half we've seen. It's not been a game that's been lively or a game that's
it's
really
been a good match.
It's been a good match, but it's not been a type of game, end-to-end type of stuff. You know,
a goal would really, I think,
would open up this game and really make it a gem.
Really make it into a classic. But it has been a good match. There's been chances now at both ends, and on a different day, perhaps the scoreline could be 3 or 4-1 right now.
That's very true. And it's Hastings sort of finishing the half strongly here, but as I say it, they have it headed away. Purcell now. And wide on the left side. Ball forward now. Callan making the run. Major coming back defensively. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go, first half. Still scoreless, imagine, despite chances which now have gone both ways. The majority of them have gone to Rio Grande. 5 or 6 real quality scoring opportunities, and sometimes you may only get 5 or 6 in a game. They've had them all here in the first half, and they failed to put away any of them. As now it's switched from Scarrett onto the left. Just pumped forward now. Callan flicks it on. The keeper Ladwig comes and claims. Final 45 seconds of the first half. Up the right flank. Hastings over the top and nobody making a move forward. Moore will come out and claim.
30 seconds remaining.
Kicks forward. Chested down now by Nave. Away by Carroll on the throw for Hastings. Nave takes up the right flank, the left flank's Faussett is chased. Moore will clear.
10, 9, 8.
Near side throw now as the final 7 seconds tick off. Well, it's a first half which saw Rio Grande with 5 or 6 clear-cut scoring opportunities. They could not find the back of the net though. Some good saves from Ladwig. Some poor finishing as well to go with it. Hastings then, right at the death really of the first half with their best opportunity, when Brendan Walker's shot smashed off the underside of the crossbar, stayed out. The punch away from Andy Moore ended the threat. And after 45 minutes here in the final quarterfinal of the 2005 NAIA Men's Soccer National Championship Tournament, it's 0-0 between Rio Grande and Hastings.
Should be a great second half, Ed.
Yes, we'll bring that to you.
You know, Hastings really defended valiantly, like I said, and hopefully some of their fresh players can come back on now, some of the boys who started, and they can really make a go at this and go and try and win the match. Rio, they'll be ruin those missed chances and, you know, trying to figure out what went wrong and why they haven't been able to find the back of the net.
And the team talk at halftime, you can't work on finishing, but you can definitely tell your boys to keep their heads up. The chances will keep coming, and then just tell them that they should definitely take them in the second half. So that'll do it for the first half. 45 minutes in the books. 0-0 to score. We'll be back for the second half kickoff after a brief break here from the commentator's box. And straight back in here for the second half kickoff. 0-0 after 45 minutes. And all set to start what should be a very entertaining second 45.
Some first half stats here for you, Ed. Rio at 11 shots on goal. 11 shots, 4 on goal. One each from Hughes, Haywood, Dawson, and Nicholson. And Hastings managing only one, and that from the effort from Walker that caromed off the underside of the bar.
How this game might have changed as well if he had scored there after all the early chances and opportunities for Rio. But as it is, 0-0 to score. All to play for still. On the line, a spot in the semifinals. As always, back here on the call.
Yeah, and as expected for Hastings, the first group kind of back on, and that includes Steinert, Quinlan, as well as the, Vanis, and the two central midfield players.
And underway in the second half. As we were walking back up here towards the box, Rio players had just gone back out onto the pitch. And you could hear each other and every one of them urging, calling each of their teammates to get on with it. This is it, they said. A number of them I heard. And indeed it is. There's no tomorrow. As now an early chance and a good switch is right. Bringing it down with Steinert, but turned away back the other way now. Major forced to hook it away on this near side for a throw.
Yeah, pity on that last ball was Quinlan played it just a little bit behind Steinert there. It was tough for him to take down.
Well, then this is Knust. Just underway in the first minute of the second half. Right to the middle, and Steinert gets it on then from the left side. And now a shot, and we'll slice wide off the foot there.
Good turn and strike from Swan there.
Tommy Swan.
Yep. I think his original intention was just to shield the ball and protect it there, but he found a bunch of green space out in front of him. Decided to let loose there.
Why not? As you said, Joe, in that first half, 4 shots on target for Rio, none to speak of for Hastings. With that shot, that cannon back off the underside of the bar. Does not count as a shot on target as Knust calmly takes this one away. On the left now, Hasanbegovic. To the middle, Sexton. And Swan. Now Quinlan and back with Sexton.
And this is probably as much possession at once that Hastings has had all game long.
On the left now, it's headed away and forward. Good turn there by Quinlan. Keeps possession, but then he's dispossessed by Carroll. Forward by Griffiths.
Quinlan a little, well, not so little, but he's a little bull. I was saying, strong as an ox, holds the ball very well, and just very explosive once he gets moving forward.
Back now, and Rio have possession. 48th minute of a scoreless match here in the quarterfinals of the 2005 NAIA Men's Soccer National Championships. Racing onto it here, and getting there was Callan. And it's turned away from Callan by Pollock, and it's out for the near side throw. It was well done there by Pollock to keep it from being a corner. Here now, Haywood. Back then, the cross comes in, and it's knocked away at the near post there by Major. Keeper Ladwig was there, but Major took no chances and cleared it away.
I think Major was trying to hook it up the line, just spooned it. A little bit of a shinner off his shin. Of course, can't really have a shinner off anywhere else, can you, Ed?
That would be kind of tough. Hey, cross comes in. Two players from Rio actually collided there, as it was Dawson and Callan. Away then from Hastings. Up the right side, down in the corner, chested down there by Frank Brown. Turned away from him, and a throw now deep in the Hastings half for Rio Grande. Now Hastings come away. Quinlan keeps possession. Honest then onto the near side. And it keeps coming out to Schleich, who was quiet by his standards in that first half. Early ball now for Steiner's too far. And out for a throw. Need to see Schleich get more involved for Hastings purposes. Poor giveaway here, as it's played now back across, and it was just enough of a touch to get it away there by the Rio defense. Nicholson on here for Brown, dispossessed by Vonis. Now it's Major. Hard challenge comes in, and away comes Ben Callan. Through the middle, he tried to go there for Nicholson. It's cut away by Knust. Hasanbegovic. And then Swan. On now for Sexton. Inside the challenge of Hughes. Hughes, who will be ruining that missed header that he had from inside the 6 when he should have scored. And now Major. Knocked down by Quinlan, but he lost in possession. Now this is Baxter. Over the top of Cannon's back off of the head and get the touch on the near side. On the left now, Knust. As we've played the first 6 minutes almost here of this second half, and Coach, what have you seen so far?
Well, I've seen a much better Hastings, I'll tell you that much. Much more confident, doing a better job of keeping possession and supporting the attack in much greater numbers, and I think that's very important for them because the way they're playing with the single, target man in Quinlan, it's very important to get numbers forward. This is Major now.
Played forward now, and Rio come forward. On the right, late run being made here by Carroll on the edge of the area, holding it away there from Knust. He stays with it, Carroll does. Back then for Callan, which is across. Hughes nods it down. Brown was trying to get there, and it was knocked away before it reached him. Good defensive work done there by Corey Sexton. Shot here, and that's parried away. It was a good effort there. As it came through from Paul Nicholson, it was pushed away by Ladwig. And so again, Rio with opportunities.
Dipping drive there from Nicholson. Good strike. Goalkeeper did very well once again.
Now touched on to the right. Forward on that right side comes Callan. Right to the middle. Now cross that was blocked away by Knudsen, and he clears.
Well, one way to look at this, Ed, is you know, a football match is a marathon really, and perhaps Rio sprinted the first 12 miles.
Definitely a very good point, and the energy. Hastings have definitely come out a better side in the second half, but still, it's Rio who threatened here. And a good job there by Schleich to get it away and turn it forward up this near side. Steiner, Madden came over the top there. Absolutely clattered into him. And well, there was a bit of a gesture there from Madden that, for the viewers at home, I won't repeat or say what was shown. It was a hand gesture, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, he was hitchhiking.
He waved to him.
Was
He waved to
hitchhiking?
him.
All right.
Huh. They're now on a shot that's saved. And again, chances are coming here for Rio. Caduce now.
Ladwig there, though, very, very clean, not spilling anything. You know, that's a shot from distance that lands right in front of the goalkeeper. Not always easy to deal with, but Ladwig doing exceptionally well there to not spill it.
Played now. This is Hasan Begovic turning in the midfield. He threw on the left side. Quinlan knocked away from him. Throw to Rio. On the far side, this one came off of the Rio player on the far side. That's Haywood. And the throw now results for Hastings for a moment. Play now to the right side now. Schleich. Back then now Major. And Major over to the left side for Knudsen. Carroll comes across to defend him. Knudsen now. Vaughnus for first touch. And that allows Rio to come forward again now. And a hard challenge in here. And the yellow card will be shown here. 56th minute, and the man that goes into the referee's book is Aaron Pollock.
Well, Pollock doing very well there. It's either man or ball. Never both, my friend. And Pollock basically doing what needed to be done there for his side.
And he does take that yellow card, the first booking of the game. A free kick here, which Carroll will line up. Now swung in, and Madden was there to try and flick it on. He missed it though, and now it's cleared. To the midfield where Hughes chests it down, plays it onto the right side again. This is Carroll. Carroll cross comes in, and again there were two players there. There's Callan and also Haywood were there. It's headed back towards the area and now cleared away. Swan's clearance though is intercepted again by Hughes. How long can Hastings soak up this type of pressure, Coach?
Well, I mean, you always ask yourself that when you play this way and you employ these tactics, but they're so athletic and so fit that it's just they're very good at what they do.
Quinlan dispossessed. Comes though across from Sexton. Vaughnus went up. It's hooked away instead now by John Carroll. Haywood then shrugging off the challenge here of Pollock. Turn back and Carroll now. Early ball looking for Callan. Canoe still rose and headed it away. Big job done there by the left back, and he'll get it back here again from Schleich.
The key for Hastings really, Ed, is you know, there's gonna be another big time chance for him somewhere here. They're gonna get another good goal scoring opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, they've got to make it count.
And on the flip side, Rio just have to stay patient and believe that the chances they've been given will eventually come good. There is not a lid across that goal for Hastings, although it probably seems like it for Rio right now. It also probably seems that Chris Ladwig is about 13 feet wide with some jumping ability. Ladwig's clearance now. 58th minute, still scoreless. Good header won by Madden there. Strong header from the central defender. And a free kick now for Hastings. Chance to send everyone forward, get out of their own half for a bit here. Maybe a bit of possession. Maybe even a chance to serve one into the area for trouble. They'll take it short. Major. On the left end. For first touch, but it's kept now in possession. Played over the top by Sexton. Headed away by Madden. And Madden's clearly having a big advantage in the heart of the defense with his height. So too Dawson. And balls like that are being played in over the top are rarely going to be won by Quinlan and Steiner, who are a good bit shorter in height. This free kick, it'll be struck into the wall. And Pollock got every piece of that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he struck that one well.
Here to header away, falls for Major onto the right side now. Into the area comes Steiner. Tried to pull it back across, but it was Griffiths who tackled it away, and it's a corner to Hastings. Good from the Broncos here. It's on this near side now, a corner. And across to take it is Hasanbegovic. But again, balls like this into the area, these much taller Rio Grande players, you'd favor them in aerial challenges. Hasanbegovic's cross comes in. That one went beyond everyone, and the header forward into the arms of Moore, as it was Vaughnus who got on the end of that cross there. th minute now, and we approach the final half an hour of this match with still nothing decided. Near side now, moving forward. Schleich past Hughes, turns it away now from Brown, and it's touched back to Steiner, who's come very deep here to receive and plays a abysmal ball.
Yeah, really, Steiner's played 2 or 3 balls like that. Just counter balls, really. Square balls across the middle of midfield that have gotten cut out. He's got to be careful with those and look to play either forwards or backwards and not square balls that can be cut out and countered.
Hughes for Dawson. Wide on the right side then for Carroll. Carroll touched back to him by Haywood. Good running by Knust yet again defensively.
Great recovery from Knust there.
Now Swan. Turned by Quinlan, but it'll be out for a throw to Hastings. And a poor ball here into the middle, and Haywood onto it, but again Knust is there defensively. As now it's played Steiner. Madden just kept an eye on him. It's played now wide on the left side. Sexton on here for Schleich, who's not enjoyed the freedom on this right side of the pitch tonight that he did last night in the match against Park. And his ball here is cut out by Hughes, who comes forward.
Once again, these square balls now over the last few minutes here, they've got to really be careful because anytime you play a ball across the middle of the park like that, it's got to be flighted so that it bypasses people. You play it on the ground, it's just asking to be countered.
Excellent interception by Sexton. Got it forward to Quinlan, and now wide on the right. This is
and there's another one.
Hasanbegovic who has it dispossessed. Far side now, it's possession for Rio, and the cross now coming into the area, and a sure-handed Ladwig made the save there. Schlag, now on the left, Knust.
Well, Rio now starting to press a little higher. You can see their midfield players beyond the center circle now, which is something we really, when they've defended, we really haven't seen a whole lot of. And you know, that's gonna allow a little bit more freedom in the midfield for the boys in red.
Pretty heavy push there by Vanas on Hughes. Free kick for Rio. 27 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Now then, turning, playing it through behind Vanas still. All the way through to the goalkeeper, Andy Moore. It's played. Moore will roll it out of his area now and look to heap the pressure on forward.
Good dummy there from Hasanbegovic.
And a bit of an argy-bargy between Hasanbegovic on the far side. Was it Carroll that he got wrapped up with over there? I think it was. A flashpoint for a moment, but no harm done. And we've been kind of harsh on the fourth officials in previous matches, Coach, but right there, fourth official did very well to come out and separate those two players before anything further developed. Although the referee now, with 26 minutes and 14 seconds left, has stopped the clock and he's calling over. That's going to be Griffiths, actually, who he calls over to have a chat with.
Well, it's been a man's game here. It's been a hard game.
And that's a yellow for Tony Griffiths.
It's been a hard game with a lot of contact. Very physical match, but a well-played match, I think. Very competitive.
And that must have been for something that Griffiths said, because it wasn't him who was involved in the original challenge and original flashpoint. This ball forward from Knust, headed away there by Baxter. And now turned away on the far side by Carroll, a throw to Hastings. And here to Swan. Hasanbegovic dispossessed. Carroll did better there. Turned it forward. And now it's through for Hughes. Hughes over the top now on the right. And it's Pollock that took it away from him. Calm as you like there from the center half. And now Knust for Swan. Which one of these two sides will find the back of the net in the final 25 minutes and 18 seconds and move on to a semifinal date with Azusa Pacific on Monday night? It's still yet to be determined, and it may take more than 25 minutes to determine it as well. It's cleared out on this near side. A throw to Hastings. And similar to the first half, Coach, Rio had all the pressure and early chances in this half, and Hastings have slowly but surely chipped away and kept finding a way back into it.
Well, like I said, football match is a marathon, and these are the final miles here.
Will they be the final miles of Rio Grande season or of Hastings season? Rio yet to lose. A perfect campaign is on the line. As now on the left, Hastings come forward. Quinlan loses out, but it's a throw now for the Broncos. Comes back here to Knust. Now Major. And then Schleich. Major again. Knust. Through the middle for Vanas. Touch on then for Swan. And he kind of had it touch his shin a little bit there and bounce away from him. Steiner's ball over to the left side then has been lost. 2 players down and the ball kicked out sportingly by Andy Moore. And
I think Swan's down.
Swan and
because of the collision. The other player there, the Rio player, I think is suffering from cramps.
He's just trying to stretch out the calves, it seems. Swan hobbling away from it, and it was...
Both teams will take this opportunity to sprint over to the benches and replenish fluids.
Paul Nicholson, the man who was trying to stretch out the calves there for Rio Grande. Rio haven't played in 2 days. Hastings played last night. Now teammates helping each other to stretch out. Not by any means a warm night, especially by Florida standards. But these players are out there going full throttle, putting it all on the line for an opportunity to move into the semifinals.
And obviously whoever wins this match, Ed, would take on Azusa Pacific in the semifinals on Monday evening.
Sportingly, the ball thrown back here by Hastings to the goalkeeper Moore, who had knocked it out in the first place for both players to receive treatment. 23 minutes, 5 seconds to go. And Chris Garrett is in for Nicholson and Rio Grande. Swan continues as the ball now is onto the right side, deep in the Hastings half. And out for a throw now to the Redmen. This is the 5th straight year that Rio Grande has participated in the NAIA National Championships. Their 5th straight appearance on this stage. Turning and crossing here. It's headed straight up in the air. The danger is surely not cleared here. A good punch, though, from Ladwig. Falls out here for Hughes, who got all of that shot, but it was charged down by Swan. Now on the near side. Hastings come away with it. Turned back by Sexton. And Schleich almost got caught in possession there on the poor pass back there from Sexton. But he kept away from Brown, and now on the left side it's Knust. To the middle then Quinlan has it. Intercepted and taken away from him. Griffiths with the good read there and the interception. And now Major. 22 minutes exactly to go here in regulation. Knust now. Then Major. Through the middle he goes to Quinlan. Back then to Major. Headed away there on the ball that was going across field by Guy Haywood. Knust to take the throw now for Hastings. This team from Nebraska, which has some excellent support with it as well, which is a pleasure to see. Azusa Pacific, the team from California, with good support as well. We saw earlier this afternoon. I'm sure that the Rio Grandes are at home. The Rio Grande fans, that's 2 words in one there, are waiting with bated breath and watching this one. Glad to be bringing it to you. Eddie the Eagle along with Joe DePaulo as the ball's floated into the area. Claimed there by Moore and other Hastings supporters as well, who couldn't make the trip to Florida, are probably tuned in and on the edge of their seats as we hit the final 20 minutes here. 20 minutes and 45 seconds to go. 70th minute overall. Here it comes out, and a shot that was scuffed might fall here for Brown, but it was turned away by Major. Now on the left side, it's Baxter. Baxter cross comes into the area, and a header there, and it's wide from Callan.
But Knust, good positioning there, goal side. You know, not really allowing Callan a clean look.
Faussett comes on here up front, replacing Matt Quinlan for Hastings. And also a change here is Ewan Purcell has come on for Guy Haywood up front for Rio Grande.
Well, some fresh legs on again for both teams, and they'll need it here because this game's been at a high tempo. It's been up and down, end-to-end stuff, and you know, fresh legs maybe just what the doctor ordered here.
It's still all to play for, though, with 19 minutes and 40 seconds to go in regulation, and it's scoreless. We've yet to go a full 90 minutes scoreless. We have had 2 extra time games, though. 3 extra time games here. A good touch as Purcell now on the end of it, but he flashed it wide.
Once again, Knust, though, right place at the right time, reading the game well, and you know, putting out the fire there. It was a good entry pass into the striker, and his first touch failed him just a little bit, but Knust was there, like I said.
Cleared away now by Ladwig. Good control there to actually keep away from the defender. Sexton's ball forward, though, was picked away. Baxter through the middle here. Purcell running off to the right. It's picked up instead by Cowan. In support on the left, he has Baxter and picks him out. Baxter now goes right around Schleg. Cross comes in. Ladwig there.
Good cross from Baxter there, but he needed a near post run.
It looked like Purcell was thinking about doing that and then kind of checked his run.
Yeah, always when you have a wide player like that attacking the end line, you need a near post run because you know, you can't allow the goalkeeper to cut that out.
Vanas turns. Well done there. Now runs forward. Looking dangerous here. Vanas around another player into the area at the far post. Arriving late and smashed home. It's an absolutely perfect goal. Vanas did all the running. He did all the work. And Steve Faussett, the man who came on as a substitute, is the man who finishes it off here in the 73rd minute for a 1-0 lead, much to the delight of the Hastings supporters.
Absolute magic stuff when a team just, you know, works so hard as a group and fights so hard for each other. There's nothing more rewarding than a goal like that. And I'll tell you, I may go out and buy myself a Hastings shirt after this match because these boys have been 11 Lions out there for 70 minutes.
Each and every one of these Hastings players, you said it earlier about Andre Budny, who this team could perhaps see in the semifinal stage from Azusa Pacific, but each and every one of these Hastings players with hearts the sizes of pigs. And they have a 1-goal lead against all odds here in the quarterfinals against Rio Grande, the top seed and the perfect record.
It's just great to see, you know, if you want to call them anymore, an underdog. And, well, I suppose I'll take some credit there, Ed, because I think I had them as my dark horse to win this tournament.
And, you know, I'll have to live with that if Hastings do go on and win this tournament for the rest of my life. Purcell. Rio is certainly not dead yet. Don't forget all the chances they've created, but once again we talked about it, all the pressure they heaped on this Hastings defense, all the chances they had, the saves made by Ladwig, but also the misses by Hughes and Frank Brown. And, well, Rio will hopefully not have to rue those chances as Baxter plays one dangerous ball into the area here. You never know where that one was going to come down. And eventually it does come down now. Scarrett to the top of the box. Scarrett on here for Purcell. Purcell with a shot deflected away off of Pollock. And now on the right side of the area, the pressure still mounts from Rio. Cowan trying to juggle it up and turn. It came back to him. It's clear now into the middle again. And now it's a mad scramble in the area. And away. Anywhere will do, so the Hastings supporters, and they do get it away. We hope you're enjoying this one, folks. We sure are enjoying bringing it to you. As the hard work by Vanas through the midfield. He ran past 3 or 4 defenders before finally playing a perfectly weighted cross to the far post. And man, when it needed a finishing touch, Steve Faussett was there to smash it home and give Hastings the 1-goal lead, which they still enjoy here now in the 74th minute. And now as we head towards the final 16 minutes of regulation, the Hastings supporters here can maybe sense and smell an upset.
Well, this is a performance of, you know, classic standards, where when you play Catenaccio like this, which is, you know, tactics used by the Italian teams where you defend and look to counter and kind of wear teams down by defending as a group. It's really, really rewarding when you can catch a goal against a run of play like that. And like we talked about at the beginning of the match, psychologically it's got to be absolutely devastating right now for Rio.
Headed forward by Baxter. Away then where it'll be picked up by Scarrett. Heads forward. Brought down now and turning there was Haywood. Over the top on the right side, Callan. Callan on the right side of the area. Turns to the end line, works around the defender, and then it was cleared away. And out for a corner kick. As we now head into the final quarter of an hour here in what's been a classic clash here in the NAIA Men's Soccer National Championships in the year 2005. Sent into the area, and it was a header that just went narrowly over from the head of Wayne Madden. He rose above the crowd in there in the penalty area, and he just could not get down over top of it enough to get it under the crossbar.
Well, I'm not 100% certain, but it looks from here, Madden's probably the biggest man on the pitch, and he really should have done better there.
Listed at 6'3", and he's only matched in that height by the goalkeeper for Hastings, who's Chris Ladwig. On the far side now, Callan in a chase. Canoose there to shield it away, but Callan got to it, nipped it in, and it's just behind Haywood. Falls on this near side. Cross comes back in from Baxter. Far side, Callan is there. He tried to win it, but it's going to be Ladwig who comes out to claim. And it was just behind Haywood as it came through there. Otherwise, he very may well have equalized. Swan's ball for Vanas is just too far in front. Flicked down from Purcell into the middle. Couldn't get it to Haywood. Now it's Hughes onto this left side for Baxter. Baxter for Haywood. Vanas comes in. Haywood gets it to Baxter again. Cross comes into the area. Headed away there at the top of the 6. Pollock with a strong header. Now straight up in the air at the edge of the area. Purcell and Major battle. Major again goes up for it. Now Purcell still trying to battle. It's turned away by Vanas. But again, pressure, and now pulling it away and coming forward is the goal scorer, Steve Faussett. Faussett now one-on-one with Dawson, and maybe the adrenaline pumping a little bit too hard there as he dribbled it out of play.
Well, Rio's long balls into the box and service really doing them no good here because, when you're down a goal and you play as Rio does, it's really very predictable stuff. It's all well and good when the match is 0-0, but when you're down a goal, you need some creativity and some individual flair to get a goal back sometimes.
Pat Dingledine comes on here, replacing Corey Sexton for Hastings. As you can hear what it means to these Hastings supporters who have made the trip from Nebraska to Florida. And they could be staying for a couple more days if they can hold this 1-goal lead for the final 12 minutes and 5 seconds. But Baxter comes forward now for Rio. And there'll be some onslaught, I'd say, on the Hastings goal in the closing 12 minutes from Rio in search of that equalizer. But first, it's a Hastings throw. It's been classic stuff. It's been exactly what this tournament is all about. We saw it earlier today with the extra time win for Azusa Pacific as they came from a goal behind against Auburn Montgomery. We saw it further in the win by Southern Nazarene with the late winner. And
well, there've been all sorts of.
And here, Faussett had been taken down first by Madden, earned a free kick. As he continued, the referee had pulled it back for the free, and Scarrett came flying in and hammered Faussett again. It's a yellow card for Madden, but Scarrett is lucky to escape here as well.
But I think the supporters coaxed the official into that booking because I don't think he was willing to give it there. But I was saying, we've seen all sorts of styles and different types of teams and different nationalities, but Hastings really the only team to play catenaccio here, which is the Italian way, really. which is a bit dear to my heart, to be honest with you, Ed. I worked for Italy in 1942, and it's working for Hastings here in 2005. No frills. Team defending.
Oh yeah, and that goalkeeper as well. As Ladwig has been sensational tonight.
Yep.
Substitution now for Rio. 10 minutes, 45 seconds to go. John Carroll comes back into the match, replacing Chris Scarrett.
Oh, you'll have to forgive us if we sound a bit excited if you're a Rio supporter. But just this performance from Hastings, just, you know, underdog stuff, really.
Well, everybody's always loved the underdog, and it's always a special thing. But Rio will have something to say, I know, in this final 10 minutes and 20 seconds as Ladwig comes out to claim here. I guarantee you that 2 or 3 more clear-cut chances
No question.
will come here for the Redmen. And if they take it, well then.
Yeah, well, if Rio can get a goal back and take this into extra time, you gotta fancy them to win it, really.
Madden's throw in for Hughes. Hughes will be thinking about that header he missed inside the 6. Forward to a man who missed the very first chance of this game, slipping it beyond the far post when he was played in behind. And he had chipped the goalkeeper. He'd done everything right, but found the target. Here is Brown again. Back for Madden. Really, it's everyone forward now for Rio as they have just 2 in the back. Good ball there from Madden onto the right side. Dawson forward, gets it back, and now it's touched away, and a chance to break the other way for Hastings. 4 against 3 is right, as now it's Tommy Swan. On the right, he has picked it out here for Steinert. Steinert pulled down deep into the corner, works in a good cross to the far side. It's going to be tracked down there by the goal scorer, Faussett, and he'll keep it in play with the defender Haywood on his back, and a great turn there to get it beyond Haywood. And now a cross comes in. Steiner tried to get on the end of it, and there was too much pace on it. He was only able to just deaden it in the area. 82nd minute. Away here by Schleig.
Rio really getting stretched now. Gaps developing everywhere.
Headed back by Dawson to his goalkeeper, Andy Moore. Urgency, the name of the game right now for Rio, as they have to find this equalizer to force perhaps extra time. Here's Purcell, and he misses the target.
Well, I don't know if urgency is the right word, more like desperation, Ed. But I get your point.
Desperation in the final 5 minutes. We'll say urgency for now. Changes here. Fawcett's gone off to a hero's ovation, as has Steiner. Every one of the members of this Hastings roster are heroes right now in the eyes of their supporters. Callan comes forward for Rio. Oh, and nipping in there and taking away was Treu, who's just back on the pitch. And it's now a break back the other way. Swan turned there. He was pulled back by Griffiths.
Good call from the ref there.
Griffiths has to be careful as well. He's on a yellow. At this point, I'm sure he doesn't mind. But it'll make finding an equalizer very difficult, and more difficult for Rio if they have to play a man down. Major. Knus now for Swan. Swan's ball through is cleared away, took a deflection, and falls now for Purcell. Over the top of the head of Purcell, in fact. And now Schleig gets it forward. Oh, a neat bit of skill there from Vaughnus, but he's dispossessed. And then right in the challenge here and keeping it going forward was Dingledine down into the right corner. Cross coming in here, all the way through. Falls to the feet of a shot. It's back of the net. Mitch Treu has done it. It's 2-0, and the dream continues for Hastings. The nightmare has begun for Rio. What a celebration from these players. What a celebration from these fans. You can see what it means to the school from Nebraska.
An absolutely clinical finish there. Breathtaking stuff, really. And you got to applaud it because, you know, for 70 minutes, Hastings up against it, struggling, and now, 2 goals in the span of 10 minutes. And really a deserved 2-goal lead now. And a good decision, I thought, from the official who allowed the play to carry on there when it was Madden who came in and really shoulder charged. I think it was Faussett there. And good decision from the official, let it play on, and goal on the end of it.
Well, Rio are not giving up. Here a shot, and that one goes flashing across the face of goal. Well. Hastings, Cinderella's shoe.
Not for me, Ed. I had him all the way as my dark horse to win it.
Well, I think even the biggest Hastings supporter would have maybe been surprised if you told them that they'd reached the semifinals of the national tournament. There's still 6 minutes to go here, remember. And stranger things have happened in football. Back then for Madden. Now turning here, it's Dawson with a shot, and that one goes just over. What an effort.
Yeah, I think Ladwig really had that one zoomed in all the way.
Away by Ladwig now on the goal kick. As a soft rain begins to fall here.
Bit of a handball there from Major, I think.
That is what was the call. Pulled back now about midway inside the
These last 5 minutes
Hastings
here,
half.
you're right, it'll be a little bit lambs to the slaughter.
Callan's ball forward, flicked on to the far side and out for a goal kick. It was Haywood who directed it that way.
Under 5 minutes now, Hastings will just have to be very intelligent and look to play everything into the corners, kill the clock, hold the ball in the corners. No square passes across midfield that could start counters, and just be really intelligent and manage the game.
A Rio change. Milan Pardanevich is on. And coming off was Baxter there. Free kick here for Rio. The big center forward to go out there and try and send a number of players and bodies into the area. Headed away here. And now it's Sexton. Joe, with all the excellent performances by each one of these Hastings players, it's very difficult to single one out to name a man of the match. Ladwig had so many crucial saves. Of course, the goals were scored by Faussett and then by Treu. Great defending by Knust on a number of occasions. He was well positioned all night. Schlegel didn't have the type of game that he had the other night against Park. But
for me, really, it's got to be either Ladwig, the goalkeeper, or Vanos, who I think has done a lot of hard work.
It was Vanos' hard work and commitment on that first goal.
Yeah.
That really spurred them on. But I'll give you a name for a man of the match. Chris Crank, the head coach of these Hastings College.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Ed.
He's pulled the strings.
Yeah.
He's pushed every button correctly.
Yeah, no question.
Might very well be seeing them going into the semifinals.
Yeah, he's done a spectacular job. Got these boys to believe that they could do it. Because really, man for man, you'd have to say they are a bit overmatched. But man for man is not what this game is about. It's about team effort and working hard and making your chances count.
Purcell now on the corner, trying to work it across again. Rio have not given up hope yet. Purcell's throw now. Thrown in, and it's headed away then. Now hooked away by Knust. Well, teams like Embry-Riddle, teams like Auburn, Montgomery, as the ball comes in here. Headed back forward now, cleared away again. Teams like Rio now to be joining them. Teams like Lindenwood, teams like Oklahoma Baptist have all gone by the wayside, have been knocked out of this tournament. And a Final Four which is almost complete now with the name of Hastings College joining Azusa Pacific, Southern Nazarene, and Lindsey Wilson. Here now, Griffiths over Hasty in his challenge as he went over Schleich. A free kick, and Griffiths had something to say there to Schleich. They walk away, Griffiths. Sides are players being separated from both sides. It's Ladwig actually who's getting kind of feisty in there. Hassan Begovic on this near side being talked to by 3 of the Rio players. And for Rio, it's the end of an absolutely phenomenal campaign, but it's an end which comes 2 games too soon.
Yep.
For their liking.
20-1 they'll finish at. Be proud of a great season, really.
Headed forward now, Purcell. 2:02 to go. Over the top, cleared away by Schleich. Vaughnus, now Purcell got in before. Vaughnus could take it away. Played forward by Purcell and now cleared away, and Hassan Begovic has it. But he's beaten to it there by Callan. And now it's touched back to the right side, and Carroll pumps it forward towards the danger area. And all the way through to Ladwig, it bounces. Even the 6'4" frame of Milan Partanevich couldn't get up for that one. Cleared forward now in the final minute and a half. Andy Moore calls off Madden and will take it himself. Pushes it forward. As the rain continues to softly fall, you can hear the Broncos supporters urging on their heroes as they're set to accomplish something that they never could have accomplished or never could have dreamed coming into this tournament, especially when they saw the draw and saw that they'd have to get past the top seed. It's the 90th minute. The clock is stopped for a change. 56 seconds showing. And a goal kick now for Ladwig, whose saves will be put under the microscope now for how important they have become, as will the misses from the Rio strikers. Brown's miss, the miss from Hughes. It's all such historic stuff. And now on the far side, a very hard challenge. Referee stopping the clock with 24 seconds left, and a very stupid challenge there.
Yeah, there's no need for any of this.
Scarrett.
Rio just needs to show some class now and accept the facts. And the facts are that Hastings is going to go on to win this.
So Scarrett booked. 20 seconds left. On the far side, it's out for a throw. The final 10 seconds, which will be counted down with great joy by these fans. You can see what it means to Hastings, and they are celebrating a Final Four berth in 2005.
Well, stellar performance, really, from the boys in red. What can you say, Ed? I mean, just team spirit saw them through, really. All about team spirit and sticking to their game plan and belief in what they had to do today. And there's none prouder than Coach Chris Crunch.
Well, we had to wait a long time for a goal in this one. Rio had chance after chance after chance. And when it finally came, it was Hastings who got it. And it was Faussett from Vaughnus with all the work. Eventually crossed it. It was perfectly weighted, and Faussett finished it off. A 1-0 lead. And in the 84th minute then, Mitch Treu put this game to bed with his goal on an assist from Hassan Begovic that has seen off the challenge of the top-seeded team. And Hastings, it's time to believe in Nebraska, because your side is into the Final Four, where they'll face Azusa Pacific at 6 p.m. on Monday. And that'll be followed by Southern Nazarene against Lindsey Wilson at 8 o'clock p.m. Your Final Four is set. The stage is set. And as always, myself and Coach DePaula will be here on Monday evening for the semifinals. But for now, enjoy the celebrations, because Hastings College, your Broncos, have done the business and are going on to the Final Four. For Coach DePaulo, this is the Eagle signing off with celebrations galore in Nebraska.